Cue the music, let's go. I'm your boy Ro, OG member of the Orange Bowl Boys, and welcome to another successful edition of Student of the Game. Your Miami Hurricanes would win this game 42-14. Over to the first quarter action, let's go. So the University of Miami, again, very heavy 11-set team. One running back, one tight end, their ace gun, 2x2 look. And the reason why I picked this clip, because I just appreciate Cam Ward, and I appreciate what he's able to do. On the scout team this week, one of the things I did notice is Wake Forest does have the propensity to kind of get their safeties involved, either by the run action. In this case, no run action, right? Cam Ward's just going to go ahead and look. There's the snap of the ball. Safety's just coming downhill hardcore, blows up this mesh. They're trying to run a mesh concept. Cam Ward already delivering the football, right? This is a rope. Perfectly thrown ball there to Jacoby George. Now, I want to go back and watch this because I want to watch Cam Ward, because when he steps back here you go, and he decides right now to throw the ball, linebacker's doing a pretty good job here, right? He's in that two. He sees the two vacate, so now he's pushing out towards the flat. That's doing a really, really good job. He understands his assignment. But I just love Cam Ward. He doesn't care. He has the arm confidence, and when you have a quick release, you're going to beat people more often than not. He just wins. Perfectly thrown out route. Love it. First down. And we're off and running. Nothing overly exotic. I just want to credit the senior on senior day. This is Cam McCormick, 3rd and 2. Let's just appreciate him for what he's doing. Comes in motion. He's going to go ahead and deliver the blow right there. Still looking for work. And he's able to push Damian Martinez forward for the first down. I know you've had a long career, young man. Kudos to you. Great job on the hustle play. Hey, 2nd and 8, and your Miami Hurricanes' first touchdown comes via the mesh concept. If you follow this channel at all this year, you know the University of Miami loves and favors this concept. Now, they do it from a myriad of different ways and creative wrinkles and elements. This time, 12 set, one running back, two tight ends. Xavier Restrepo is coming into motion, and you're just going to see it materialize, right? Kind of a little bit of a switch release here. Elijah Arroyo is going to take the dig route, and there you go. You see right there, tight end, wide receiver. They're kind of selling the mesh. The ball's going to go out to the outside, and bang. Now, I'm going to back it up, okay, because this is stealing. Sometimes it's just very easy, okay? At the top of the screen, once they see the motion come in, Cam Ward knows he's got a one-on-one matchup out there. DB1 has his back turned. And I think this is choice. I think they would have read this. If this was more of a press corner, they probably would have went on a fade to go by. But when you have a corner taking inside leverage with his back turned, that's stealing. Too much cushion. That's about 5 yards. Anticipation throw. There you go. You rip it. I mean, that's just too easy. Might as well throw that on air. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. Bang. Now, earlier in the week on the scout team, we watched Wake Forest and UNC. So you know Wake Forest has its staple, the delayed mesh concept. You just got to see the bind it puts right here on the linebacker, okay? They play this essentially perfect. You have like kind of two choices. We're going to pin our ears and try to get this, or we're going to hold our ground. This is the hold our ground strategy. So you're going to see right here, right? Hold, and then turn and try to go ahead and get into that like dig window. Safety comes up, just a great play, an extended RPO play. Again, you just see what Miami had to contend with. Now, first quarter, not so good for the University of Miami Hurricane defense. They'll make adjustments. We'll focus on those adjustments later. But here you go. Just what can you do? Either be aggressive, getting some pressure there, getting the tackle there. So one of the big warnings I had this week was when Wake Forest actually comes tight to the formation. They do here in a 3-by-1 look, because that's when I felt like their deadliest iterations of like their elongated mesh, some of their big plays that they popped against North Carolina, really when they came tight to the formation. So they're going to victimize Miami here. A lot of confusion on the back end, something we're going to have to clear up in the future, and you're going to just see it, right? They're going to take this over route. They're going to go ahead and basically come in into a stack down the field, and they're going to put a lot of bind and pressure on these two safeties and then your field side corner one up here. So what you see here, there's so much going on, and I'm going to be honest, Canes fans, without knowing the actual play call, sometimes it's uber obvious, but sometimes you just have no idea, other than the fact, look, a lot of pointing and a lot of confusion, okay? We'll back this up several times. running. We're going to let this go, which kind of tells me he thinks he has over-the-top help. Currently, it's not there, and that's just a busted coverage. Now, they're still looking, and I love what's transpiring here because, okay, he's looking this way, and he's looking this way and saying, no, that's your responsibility because you were over there. You need to take that. So it just seems right there. Okay, you could see it. They're literally looking at DP1 here, and I'm saying no, okay? They're after DP1, and I don't think that's right because here's why I don't think it's right. Because as you see this, you got to take the deeper threat. We have two safeties coming real close, taking the same guy here. I think, yes, you're supposed to stay over the top. That's what they wanted him to do. But you got to take the immediate threat because if he stays out there, the ball's just going to go here. So we should pick your poison. I think it was lost down here, to be honest, if I was to take a guess. And getting after the cornerback up here, I don't necessarily think that was the right call because it would have just been open the other way. So without fully knowing the call, you do not know, but that's why we watch. Now, this doesn't seem like much, but this is creative and unique to what Miami has done on the season. First of all, they're coming out in 21 set personnel. You're going to have two running backs, one tight end. The one tight end is basically lined up as an X wide receiver. Two wide receivers here at the top, but it's Miami's own version of like that delayed mesh concept. So it's going to, I think this is an RPO, and it's a good one too, because he's just going to wait there. He's just going to look. I think if he wants to, he could kind of pull the trigger. When we watch this back in real time, I'm going to let you see it. And then he goes ahead and gives a draw. Oh, that's cool. An RPO draw element to it. Kind of taking a page from Wake Forest here. And you see Mark Fletcher delivering the boom on the back end. Now, something else to pay attention to, Damian Martinez, and that's the thing when you have two big backs, he's leading the charge as a fullback. Here you go. Bam. So that's selling out for your boy, being the lead blocker. And again, I think when you watch this play in real time, here we go, let it play, you can see the delayed mesh portion of it. Here we go. I like it. Again, creative element to it. Defenses have to scheme against that now, so we'll see if Miami uses that a little bit more moving forward. You've heard me say it for years. Sometimes you just have the best play call. Sometimes they have the best play call. And relatively, there's nothing you could do. University of Miami going to bring the safety down into the box. There's a motion. And they're coming into the backfield. Here comes the blitz, and you see it. Miami's bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to peel off a linebacker here. Looks like pretty stout man coverage across the board with one safety over the top. 1-1. Okay. And here you go. Let the magic happen. Jumps up, just gives him a gift. Mish Powell. And off to the house he goes. So, yeah, safeties got down into the box. That was one of my keys to the game, right? What's in the box? You are. And you know what's coming. Bang. That was a pretty play. When I watched this live, I was a little confused. I just thought there was just too much hesitation and pump faking going on. On further review, I realized it was intentional to pump fake, and now Wake Forest just got maybe lucky or maybe it was a perfect play call. You decide, because Cam Ward initially coming out here to do this, that's a pump, okay? That was a pump because what they're trying to sell is this swing pass out to Damian Martinez. They're trying to come back in with a tight end slip screen. And you know what? If this individual's not here, it's set up nicely. So it's a pretty good design. And then Cam Ward trying to do Cam Ward things, just gift wraps an INT there. But look at where it's lost. Just the subtle right there, the little stunt. If they don't stunt, this is pretty much going to be wide open. He stunts, is just like, oh, what happened? So good heads-up play right there by the defensive end for Wake Forest. But, yeah, live on the television, I thought it was just ugly. No, just Wake Forest defensive guy was just right in the perfect way to take away that tight end screen. I had the fortunate ability to talk some Canes football recently at a lunch, and one of the things I said was Cam Ward kind of changed the way I looked at the quarterback position, meaning the footwork, right? I always felt like you had to have pristine footwork and wide receivers had to run pristine routes, and they always had to kind of like sync up. And the reality is I don't think that matters because I just want you to focus on Cam Ward's feet, okay? All right. You saw it, right? That's not traditional. Watching film for a while, that is not traditional quarterback feet. Now, don't watch his feet. Don't watch it at all. Just watch the result. Very good time, very good rhythm. I think the way the game of football is played, okay, when you play against your defense, you're going to have your defense move a certain way. But when it's live, you have no idea, are they going to try to chip you off your route? Do they step in when your defense steps out? So you need to have that adaptability mindset that translates towards your feet. You saw it in real time why I say that Cam Ward changes the way I look at the quarterback position. I know Miami's offense was sluggish for parts of the game, and this is kind of like the stretch where it decided to take a little bit of a timeout, but it's still hard to stop, especially when you have a tight end running double moves on a 3rd and 4. Pay attention to the route. It's just going to go ahead and sell an outright, slam on the brakes, and cut back into the middle. Bam, put the foot, ball's already in the air. Perfect timing, perfect rhythm. Again, Cam Ward doing Cam Ward things. Well, pay attention. There's his drop straight on this line. You're going to see he feels the pressure, right? He feels the pressure coming down Main Street. So naturally, he's going to get outside that hash. Open platform, right? He's not stepping directly in line. If you put a direct line from this front foot, it's kind of pointing this way. But he's got an adaptability mindset. And next thing you know, throws the ball, little 3-quarter release. That's just great anticipation right there as well. First down. Tight end man. Big day by Elijah Arroyo there too. Miami did a great job on 3rd down, especially in the second half. 3rd and 8. Believe Wake Forest only completed 4 3rd down conversions. What's in the box? Safety coming downhill. Remarkable play by the Mike linebacker here, by the way. So trying to go ahead and clamp down these escape routes and stuff like that. Now just pay attention. Kiko right in the middle of the field. Just being physical at the point of the attack, swallowing that up, keeping that in play for the University of Miami Hurricanes. I thought that was a big key on the game today. University of Miami's 3rd down defense was very impressive. I know they got 5 sacks, but equally impressive when you have a linebacker who can be physical and make a play happen. I know I've seen the criticism online. University of Miami likes to run in between the guards too much. Well, when you have guard play like this, I would run in between them too. Really good guard play, especially from the right guard here. Wake Forest is in an odd man front. They have a 0-tech right head up on the center, and they have this one right up on a 5. So pay attention to the block style here too, because these are called gallop steps. And not only do you get the gallop to the right, you get the gallop to the respective left. So here you go. Hop, hop, gallop. Let's go ahead and help fold this down. Good. I'm not done. I'm looking for work. Gallop, gallop, boom. Okay, so you have a gallop to help on one side, a gallop to seal the other. Linebackers right into the middle. Damian Martinez is just going to come out and materialize right here into the void. So very good guard play there too. Very patient runner. And that's how easy it is for the University of Miami Hurricanes to pop right into that A gap. Great guard play. So what's seemingly materializing here in the second half is that your Miami Hurricanes are just being a little bit more physical. Yeah, they are bringing in the box defenders and in the box help, this time in the form of Mish Powell again from the safety field side 2. It looks like it's going to be a 2 safety shell. It's going to rotate to a 1, and we're bringing this blitz right here, but that's not what sets it up. Remember what I said first, that Miami Hurricanes are just being incredibly physical. And the other thing is, when you have a team that prefers to run that delayed mesh, it's going to occupy the middle of the field. It's going to occupy the middle of the pocket. So if you could collapse that pocket first, then good things can happen. Now watch Kiko here, because Wake Forest is going to use a fan style of block protection where they're going to kind of fan one side, fan the other side, and they're going to have a running back patrol the middle. So this is perfect for the University of Miami because be physical. Watch this. Ready? And bam. So that's immediately in the quarterback's lap. It flushes him from the pocket. We're man across the board. We have the athletes. There's nowhere to go with the ball. And then the rest is just to make sure that you can clean up the escape lanes. Here we go. We have a safety. Wrap that up. And bam. So the combination of a little pre-snap change, some man coverage, and really being physical and blowing up the middle of the field seems to be working for your Miami Hurricanes. So the concept was a little different, but the premise was the same. Let's bring pressure right up the middle, play man on the back end, and let's see if we can have good things happen. And again, when you have a running back who's a potential liability in pass pro, Miami Hurricanes are pouncing. Last time was just being more physical. This time, running back goes the wrong place, and we'll show you. So again, Kiko crashing Main Street right here. And they lose it here because running back taking the slant of Kiko Maui Noa, and it's intentional because they're basically pulling a stunt right here. This is going to be a defensive tackle and just being physical. There it is, wrapping it up. Again, the mesh point loves to live there. So if you could go ahead and punch him in the mouth right there, good things can happen. That's consecutive sacks for the Miami Hurricanes. Like I said, happened differently, but the premise was the same. Now let's look at the back end coverage. Okay, it's man. It doesn't look that way at first. There's press man corners here. This is off man. So you're going to see this run right here, and then all of a sudden you're going to see them attach right there. So man with a single high. So both were man single high looks on consecutive sacks. So it seems like University of Miami Hurricanes found some lightning in the bottle on back-to-back sacks. Ruben Bain deserves all the credit here on the sack, but Lance Guidry wasn't his bag in terms of the back-end coverage. What you're going to see here, first I want you to pay attention here at the top of the screen because two safeties and then boom, he bails and vacates. And why he's doing that, because they're going to try to keep this cornerback here, field side cornerback 1. He's going to stay in the flat. So he's in prime position to take away a quick out, which is happening there, by the way. Okay, so now I want to back this up, and I want you to see the other side because this is just, man, good job scouting this out. Physical here. Like I said, Miami's just being real physical this quarter. So physical, wrapping them up. There's nowhere to go with the ball. Everything's perfectly scouted on the back end, and that's just not normal by Ruben Bain. I'm going to be honest. That's just not normal. I mean, he's a grown man, and he has feelings, and you just see the brutality by Ruben Bain. Here, he's like, not there. Yeah, whatever. Huge legs, huge motor, and I felt that was going to be another key for success. Keeping the motor running. There you see it pristine. It was humming, that motor by Ruben Bain, and another sack for your Miami Hurricanes. Again, another successful run by the University of Miami on the interior, and I think this is what makes Miami's offense particularly hard to stop because I believe Cam Ward is surveying the defensive front. He sees that this is an even man front, and he has the option to go ahead and try to loosen up the box or try to garner the advantage that he needs to when he surveys the field. And what is he doing? Okay, he sends Damian Martinez in motion this way. And when he does that, do you see the response that it does? Look at what it did to the Mike linebacker. So when that happens, now the blocking style that the University of Miami Hurricanes are utilizing, some double blocks or duo, right? So they're going to try to take care of the first level. And essentially, they're trying to take the first level and push them up to the second level. And right here, you see where the advantage is. There's the hole. Little slight crease, right? Little slight crease. You see them trying to go ahead and try to work this up to the second level, try to throw this into the Mike linebacker's lap. Bell does a phenomenal job at kind of like peel this off to chip it. And again, watch this pop. Watch this pop right there. That is fantastic. You got to go back and watch that because there looks seemingly like there was no hole, right? I think, again, Cam Ward's motioning that out so he can get that. So he can kind of move that linebacker right out of the way. Goes left of center, right there. Okay, where's the hole? Where's the hole? Yeah, there it is. And this goes for huge yards. So hard to defend as far as a defense, especially when your offensive line is going to utilize some duo like they did. Great job, man. Hey, I see you, St. Thomas. Let's go. Jordan Lyle, true freshman from St. Thomas Aquinas, Florida in Fort Lauderdale. When you hear the term like change of pace back, so we've been showing some interior runs that have required a bit of patience. Well, the change of pace here is bang. He's hitting the hole with reckless abandon. And nothing simple, just gap concept, some power, and just hits the hole hard. You want my personal opinion why this sets up and gets into the end zone for the bang is simply because of what I said. Change of pace. Everything's been patient. But when you have this young man come in here and say, I see the hole, I'm there. One missed tackle, delivering the blow. Perfect. Miami Hurricanes are rolling now. So there's a lot of sacks to cover today, and we're going to go ahead and cover them. So University of Miami here on 1st and 10 are going to register it again with pressure in the middle, being physical. It's going to be a stunt. Akeem Mesidor is going to come in and get at the quarterback's feet. But Lance Guidry, again, in his bag with a good coverage call on the back end, catches Wake Forest quarterback in some confusion, and you're going to watch it, okay? So let's watch the confusion on the back end, and then you're going to see something crawling at his feet like a zombie in a horror film, and it's not going to end there. So he's looking out. He's surveying the field. He's like, okay, I see the Mike linebacker. He's there, and now I'm going to turn and then look at the trap. Okay, so now you have that boundary corner sitting for the wheel route. The linebacker's now taking the dig. That creates the confusion, and there's the zombie horror film. Rawr. Grab the ankles, grab the feet, sack. Again, confusion on the back end caused this one, but again, it's the same thing. Miami being physical, using that dominant defensive line, and welcome back. Let's meet at the QB. Now, you heard Mario Cristobal, Lance Guidry talk about they worked on communication over the bye week. They, in fact, did, especially on the motion calls. I know this is going to get wide open. Some things happen. It's a great play design. You're going to see how it happens. So from the 3-by-1 type formation, they're going to go ahead and go in motion. Mish Powell's going to run with it. Okay, so when they do that, just pay attention. Signaling, changing the call, pointing, knowing that they're going in man, and when they come across, he's going to look and say, okay, this is what they do. So they're in great position here. The back end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're in great position. They have worked on it. They're not confused. This is what you got going on, and this is covered. This looks great. Okay, now this is popping open. Tip your cap to Wake Forest. We're going to see how that happens, but it's not due to confusion because, listen, right here, this is what you're dealing with behind the line of scrimmage. He looks like he's going to go ahead and have a down block here. Linebacker's reading it, and then at the last second, he slides in and slides back out for that quick pass out into the flat. That's just tip your cap. That's not anything outside the realm of, oh, man, there's just confusion. That was just a good sell. I've seen teams victimize Miami. I just think sometimes, and I'm watching this, and I'm just going to put a fake defensive coordinator hat. Sometimes I just feel like, man, it would look really good just right here when you're screaming, letting go. Take them out. Take them out. And I know potentially you don't see the play fake. You're going for the running back. Man, we could take out that H-back. Maybe we keep them out of the play. Still, quarterback's off and running if that happens too. Again, back end wasn't confused. You have some options on the front end. Maybe we work that out. Now, full disclosure, your University of Miami Hurricanes have played a phenomenal half of defensive football. But you have heard a slight criticism of sometimes Miami gets victimized stunting too much. And I want to show you what that looks like right here. You're going to have a defensive tackle. They're going to stunt inside. Ruben Bain's going to come outside. When you do that, you can get a little vulnerable. Okay, so when you do that, here you go. He's vacating inside. Ruben Bain, very aggressive coming outside. So right there, that's the big bubble, right? We call that a bubble. You're leaving a bubble. Mike linebacker, again, sometimes it's hard from that perspective, right? That, okay, that bubble happened. Running back gets lost behind the behemoth mass that you have here. So just a step slow to get there, not swallowing that up. Still have somebody from the safety position to go ahead and swallow that up too. And I keep calling him a safety because he is safety in his position. But a lot of times what I have noticed, he's kind of in the box as we have two other safeties playing that kind of like nickel role. So there you go. Willing tackler gets that down on the ground. But there you see a perfect example of what it means. Like, hey, what does that mean to get victimized by stunting because you leave it vacant? Sometimes it works in your favor. Sometimes it doesn't. In that case, it didn't. So what was one of the bigger takeaways why the defense looked good in the second half? Being more physical up the middle. Pay attention to the center. Okay? Just going to engage him and throw him right back. Keep an eye on his head. Throw him right back into the running back. And then in the box, help is coming. Here's two safeties to swallow it up. Good job. Get in the box. When you need to get in the box, be physical through the front door. I like it, Miami. The kid has some burst now and some balance. But you got to credit the offensive line and the tight end here because everybody has a job to do. Let's watch it initially from the tight end position. Bam. Okay. Seals that off perfectly. Perfect job by the tight end to seal that off. Right tackle. This is special. He's already like 4 yards upfield, seals this off. So did your job. Now you want to talk about doing above your job, because this is elite balance. Because watch here, boom, tackle, keeps his feet, and then the burst. Okay, amazing. Sure, offensive line did its job, but when you have a running back that can show like elite level balance skills and that burst, Miami's in good hands in the future. A little longer this week, but this will be your last clip of the evening, my friends. University of Miami Hurricanes come out, 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. This is not an RPO. This is a straight screen. And one of the things I can tell you, he definitely knew, but it didn't matter, because right off the rip, you're going to see him with his eyes in the backfield. He comes in, he's like, oh, there's the ball. Yeah, I've seen this on film, and he's still not able to get there. Missed tackle here, and that's all she wrote. I do want to back this up one more time because I want you to see something, and not going to say it just yet. So pay attention to the center by University of Miami. This is your center right here. He snapped the ball. Now, here's your safety, okay? And watch here. So far downfield. Hey, I got you. Pushes him into the end zone. So that's straining, right? That's what we talk about when trying to strain to get that extra yard. Well, he keeps the safety into the end zone. And now I'll say it. Bang! Your University of Miami Hurricanes rebound big time from that loss 2 weeks ago. Final score would be 42-14. In a crazy college football season where anybody could lose, and a lot of SEC teams have only lost 3 times. I'm your boy, Ro, OG member of the Orange Bowl Boys. Stay safe, my friends, and as always,